In an unexpected twist, Jimmy Kimmel has become a key figure in diminishing the remaining respect for Donald Trump. Kimmel has shown that the power of the microphone can be mightier than the sword, delivering scathing jokes and sharp impersonations that a few angry tweets from Trump cannot easily counter. Jimmy Kimmel, a master of late-night comedy, has once again set his sights on his favorite target, former President Donald Trump. Kimmel's sharp wit and incisive commentary draw in politically engaged liberals, who find his monologues both entertaining and thought-provoking. His opening segments are comedic gold, skillfully blending biting critiques with light-hearted jabs that leave his audience in stitches. Kimmel excels at keeping up with the absurdities of American politics. Before diving into the latest Trump antics, he often starts with a few light-hearted comments about sports or the weather. Recently, he joked, "It was 92 deg in Boston today. It's so hot in South Dakota. Christinenoem dogs are shooting themselves." The audience laughed, unaware that Kimmel was just warming up. When it comes to crafting Trump punchlines, Kimmel is a master chef, slow cooking his jokes to perfection. His ability to poke fun at the former president antics elicits both agreement and laughter from his audience. Kimmel doesn't shy away from calling out Trump's bizarre behavior on The Apprentice or his peculiar fixation with Deborah Messing. It's like watching a brilliantly creative late-night show that combines humor, therapy, and political critique. Kimmel has a knack for highlighting the absurdity of the Trump White House. His monologues offer a cathartic outlet for those exhausted by the MAGA madness. He also targets Trump allies, such as Rudy Melting Waxwork Giuliani and donjr, a prime example of nepotism gone wrong. More than just a comedian, Kimmel voices the frustrations of millions of Americans fed up with the Washington circus. However, Kimmel humor carries a serious message. Beneath the jokes and sharp observations, he's making a point. While it's okay to laugh at the absurdity, having a reality TV star as president has real consequences. Through his monologues, Kimmel expresses resistance, stating, "We see through the BS, and we're not going to let it slide. Get ready for a wild ride, because something big is coming." Tune in to Kimmel remarks on the newly released book exposing Trump behavior on The Apprentice. This expose reveals the behind-the-scenes antics of Trump on set, portraying him as a spoiled brat who would throw fits and storm off if the crew wasn't ready to film his scenes. But there's more. In a bizarre twist, Trump appears to be infatuated with Deborah Messing from Will Grace. He claims she once thanked him for keeping her NBC show afloat, but that was likely another of Trump's delusions. The man, ever the self-promoter, couldn't resist an interview for a book about his own show. Kimmel had a field day with this material, joking that Trump would jump at the chance to host The Apprentice again if it involved picking his running mate for vice president. Imagine the ratings if Trump chose Marjorietaylorgreene or Matt Gaetz as his running mate. Now that would be must-see TV. It's remarkable to think this was the same person who led the country for 4 years. The man who couldn't even be punctual for his own reality show held the nuclear codes. If that doesn't keep you up at night, what will? At least we can count on Kimmel to keep poking fun at him. You wouldn't believe what Kimmel said about the tumultuous relationship between Trump and Dr. Fauci during the pandemic. Kimmel witnessed the chaos firsthand, and it played out like a real-life comedy of errors. Trump and Fauci made for an odd, comedic duo. According to Fauci's recent book, Trump praise for him could turn into scathing criticism in a matter of minutes. Trump even accused Fauci of causing $1 trillion loss to the U.S. economy. Can you imagine such a figure? In typical Trump fashion, he quickly changed tune and invited Fauci to join one of his ventures. Who does that? But wait, it gets better. Embracing this absurdity, Kimmel humorously crafted a fictionalized but eerily plausible scenario from Fauci's perspective. He joked about Trump's bizarre suggestions, like ingesting light bulbs or exposing oneself to sunlight to combat the virus, real things Trump actually suggested. Kimmel even shared a video where Eric Trump complained about sunburn on his backside, which was just too bizarre to be fabricated. The truly outrageous part is that while Kimmel's satire is obvious, the reality isn't far off, which makes it hilariously unsettling when he concludes with, "All true. We didn't make up a word." The president's suggestions often sound like they're lifted from a poorly scripted comedy sketch, and Kimmel delights in highlighting just how ludicrous it all is. Jimmy Kimmel's comedic take on the Trump-Fauci saga is both hilarious and insightful. But hold on to your seats, Kimmel isn't finished yet. His next target in the Trump saga is the wild accusations about Biden using performance-enhancing drugs during debates. Kimmel also speculates humorously about what medications Trump might be on. Strap in, this comedy roller coaster is just beginning. But the controversy doesn't end there. Prepare for an entertaining ride as Kimmel delves into Trump's baseless accusations about Biden's supposed drug use. Yes, the self-proclaimed stable genius has made some outlandish claims about Biden. According to certain pundits, Biden might be prepping for debates with too much caffeine, leading to jittery performances. Who needs facts when wild speculation suffices? Kimmel doesn't let Trump off the hook. He cleverly retorts with his own biting suggestion: if Biden is under scrutiny, why not subject Trump to a fair drug test? Let's check for substances like Adderall or Cialis, since it's only fair. Kimmel expertly lampoons the absurdity of it all. Who would seriously believe that popping a debate pill could magically transform Biden into an oratorical powerhouse overnight? It sounds like a plot from a poorly made sci-fi flick. And there's more. Kimmel also pokes fun at the debate rules: no notes, no live audience, and muted microphones, calling it a recipe for civil discourse. But he's skeptical. He jokingly suggests CNN Jake Tapper might need a tranquilizer dart to maintain order. Kimmel didn't hold back when highlighting the absurdity of the former president endorsing such restrictions. It's only a matter of time before Trump starts casting blame and accusing others of manipulation, classic Trump behavior. Kimmel finds humor in the drug debate drama, yet this is just scratching the surface of the vast comedic material the Trump family provides. From donjr to Rudy Giuliani when they're on the defensive, Kimmel's commentary is not to be missed. He doesn't just mock Trump, he takes aim at the inner circle surrounding the former president. We even asked the latest version of ChatGPT for a list of people who died at 62. Kimmel chuckled. donjr hilariously mispronounced the AI chatbot name as ChatGTP, not ChatGPT. What a mix-up. Mimicking donjr speech, Kimmel joked, comparing it to 5 angry Muppets at once. It's like a range from Kermit to Scooter, Kimmel quipped. But donjr wasn't the only target. Kimmel also skewered Rudy Giuliani, mocking his mental state and Giuliani denial of aging. I don't care if they call me old and senile, I'm not senile. Kimmel retorted, sounds like someone in denial about being senile even on radio. Kimmel continued to poke fun at Giuliani confusion, jesting about Flag Day and Giuliani's state of mind. Kimmel's sharp wit and biting humor seemed to rattle everyone in Trump inner circle. What political farces will the late-night host spotlight next? Will he critique the absurdity of current events or make satirical forecasts for upcoming debates? Perhaps he'll focus on pressing issues, like spoofing Boeing's safety record with a fictional airline ad. Whenever the topic, Kimmel comedic commentary promises continued laughter at the expense of Trump and his cohorts. Looking ahead to the presidential debates, late-night resident Trump provocateur Jimmy Kimmel had some gems up his sleeve. He hilariously speculated about Joe Biden using a miraculous performance-enhancing drug. I'm all for it. Let's test the president for caffeine. Let's test Trump with Adderall and Cialis. Who wouldn't want to see those results? Kimmel quipped skeptically about the idea of a debate pill. If such a thing exists, sign me up. And Kimmel didn't stop there. He also poked fun at Boeing's recent safety lapses with a mock ad for a fictional airline named Johnny Jet. Promising luxurious features like toilets under each seat activated by armrests, Kimmel couldn't resist pointing out Boeing mishaps, humorously noting, parts of their planes falling off midair really underscores the importance of understanding gravity in aviation. During Donald Trump's presidency from 2017 to 2021, many Americans became deeply disillusioned and concerned about the state of the country. One of the most notable issues was his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump consistently downplayed its severity, dismissing it as a hoax and likening it to the flu. His misinformation led to confusion and a lack of preparedness, contributing to one of the highest COVID-19 death tolls globally. His disregard for expert advice and promotion of unproven treatments exacerbated the crisis, showing a blatant disregard for public health. Trump's presidency was marked by a constant stream of falsehoods. Fact-checkers documented thousands of false or misleading statements. This pattern eroded trust in government and deepened societal divisions. Rather than uniting the nation, Trump often used divisive rhetoric to attack opponents, the media, and ordinary citizens alike. His immigration policies, such as separating families at the border and detaining children in cages, drew widespread condemnation and tarnished America's reputation as a compassionate nation. Trump's tolerance of hate groups was evident in his response to the 2017 Charlottesville rally, where he controversially stated there were very fine people on both sides, equating peaceful protesters with violent white supremacists. This failure to unequivocally denounce hate groups fueled division and hate crimes. Internationally, Trump's decision to withdraw from agreements like the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal isolated the United States and hindered global efforts on climate change and nuclear non-proliferation. His foreign policy approach strained relationships with traditional allies while cozying up to authoritarian leaders. Trump's presidency was also marred by legal and ethical scandals, including investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 election and impeachment proceedings for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. These controversies distracted from governance and undermined public trust. Economically, Trump's tax reform favored the wealthy, exacerbating income inequality. His trade wars and tariffs sparked uncertainty and hardship for American farmers and consumers, while his economic policies predominantly benefited corporations over working-class Americans. The most alarming aspect of Trump's presidency was his blatant disregard for democratic institutions and norms. He branded the media as the enemy of the people, frequently attacked them, and undermined the integrity of elections with unfounded claims of widespread voter fraud. His refusal to accept the 2020 election results culminated in the deadly Capitol insurrection on January 6, 2021. This event starkly illustrated the dangerous consequences of Trump's divisive rhetoric and baseless allegations, highlighting the perilous nature of his leadership. Voting for Joe Biden represents a choice for a more cohesive and promising future because he embodies the qualities essential for these challenging times. Biden leadership is characterized by experience, unity, and a steadfast commitment to addressing the nation's most pressing issues. Joe Biden boasts unparalleled experience in public service, having served as a U.S. Senator for 20 years and as Vice President under Barack Obama for 8 years. His deep knowledge of governance and diplomacy equips him to tackle intricate domestic and international challenges. Unlike his predecessor, Biden values expert advice and formulates policies grounded in evidence-based approaches. In stark contrast to the turbulence of the previous administration, Biden's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic underscores his dedication to science and public health. He swiftly implemented measures to curb the virus spread and expedite vaccine distribution. His administration launched a robust vaccination campaign that significantly mitigated the pandemic impact, providing millions of Americans with crucial protection. Biden's empathetic communication style provided reassurance during a time of crisis. Additionally, Biden's commitment to diversity is evident in his inclusive cabinet appointments, ensuring that the government reflects America's rich diversity. His initiatives on police reform, support for historically Black colleges and universities, and aid to underserved small businesses demonstrate his commitment to fostering a more equitable society. Biden administration is actively addressing systemic inequalities, advancing social justice, and protecting voting rights. Under Biden leadership, the American Rescue Plan provided vital relief to families, small businesses, and local governments affected by the pandemic, stabilizing the economy and laying the foundation for a robust recovery. His infrastructure proposal aims to modernize America's infrastructure, create millions of jobs, and prioritize clean energy initiatives to combat climate change and safeguard the environment for future generations. In terms of foreign policy, Biden has worked diligently to repair the damage caused by the previous administration and restore America's reputation as a global leader in promoting peace and stability. He has reaffirmed key alliances with crucial allies and recommitted the United States to pivotal international agreements, such as rejoining the Paris Climate Accord. Biden's diplomatic approach emphasizes respect for other nations and a commitment to collaborative solutions for global challenges. Another compelling reason to support Biden leadership is his steadfast commitment to healthcare reform. He has taken significant strides to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, expanding access to healthcare for millions of Americans. His administration is focused on reducing prescription drug costs and ensuring that high-quality healthcare is accessible and affordable for all. Biden's defense of Medicare and Medicaid ensures that those most in need receive vital healthcare services. Biden's prioritization of education underscores his dedication to preparing America's youth for the future. His administration is increasing funding for teacher salaries, investing in public schools, and providing resources to enhance educational outcomes for all students. Additionally, Biden supports initiatives like free community college, and expanded Pell Grants to make higher education more attainable and affordable. Personal empathy stemming from Biden's own life experiences with loss and hardship informs his governance. This empathy is evident in his policies and interactions with the public. He listens to the concerns of ordinary citizens and strives to address their needs through compassionate leadership. Biden's presidency is characterized by empathy and a genuine concern for the well-being of all Americans. In contrast, Donald Trump's presidency was marked by incompetence, dishonesty, and a disregard for democratic principles. His policies exacerbated divisions within the country and undermined foundational American values. It is crucial to prevent a return to his leadership. The nation requires leaders who prioritize unity, truth, and compassion, and who are committed to upholding the democratic ideals that are fundamental to our nation.